Oh, it's my turn.
You've got it?
I got the quote of the week. The quote of the week. Her reflections were in general satisfactory. Mr. Collins, to be sure, was neither sensible nor agreeable. His society was irksome, and his attachment to her must be imaginary. Well, what do you think of that?
I think there's something quite sad about it.
There is. There's something a little bit like,
His attachment must be imaginary.
Yeah. What's that quote?
Well, it's the narrative voice talking about Charlotte Lucas and her thoughts about the acceptance of the proposal from Mr. Collins.
Yeah, and that's a big part of this episode. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it's kind of, we need to talk about a lot about
do.
Charlotte Lucas and Mr. Collins. Welcome to Into the Austenverse. My name is David Campbell.
My name is Lisa Campbell. Had to think about it there.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Which part do you have to think about, the Campbell or the Lisa part?
Lisa.
Yeah, it's one of those days. We're parents of 3 and we are doing a podcast celebrating all things Jane Austen as we get towards her birthday.
Yes. 16th of December.
It's going to be very good.
It is, absolutely.
We've got plans, by the way. We should tell people we have plans for her birthday. And I don't know if anyone else... These are Australian plans, by the way. So we're in New South Wales. We're in Sydney. And we received an email which came through the other day.
I don't know why we got this email.
Or maybe I saw it on Instagram. I can't remember where I saw this. But, you know, my algorithm is doing what it's doing now, and it's just feeding me all Austen all the time. The amount of Mr. Darcy memes I'm getting at the moment is obscene. But there is a viewing, I guess it was from Parliament, right? We didn't get it from Parliament here.
Yeah,
Parliament House.
Yes, it's a Jane Austen tea party.
A tea party.
At Parliament House to celebrate her birth.
With a rare showing of books of hers.
Yes.
Which I didn't even know we had in this country, which is fabulous. They've offered us to dress up in Regency gear.
When you say they've offered us, they've said would be preferred that you dress up in Regency clothing.
By the way, this isn't a personal invitation. We're not being that bougie. But
no, we've bought tickets.
No, we bought tickets. You can buy tickets too. If you are in town and you're in Sydney or you're visiting New South Wales around the 16th of December, you can come too. I think Regency for you in a Sydney summer is totally fine. I'm a sweaty mess sitting here in air conditioning.
Is that why you're dressed like a cricketer today?
Well,
you're white from head to toe.
Listen, I mean, inside and out, unfortunately. Have you seen me dance? Lisa, where can people find us if they can't meet us at Jane Austen's birthday party?
Well, they can see you on a dark night, and particularly with a UV light.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't do that.
They can.
NCIS Austen.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Luminol. They can find us on Instagram at Into the numerical 2 Into the Austenverse. The same on TikTok, Into numerical 2 the Austenverse. On YouTube, our channel is Into INTO the Austenverse, or you can email us at info@intotheaustenverse.com.
And today's episode is sponsored by our good friends at Pride and Prejudice, sort of. This is the incredible 5-star smash hit Olivia-winning musical comedy that is coming straight from the West End to us here in Australia next year.
Yes, it is coming to Melbourne and Sydney at the Opera House and Wollongong, Canberra and Brisbane. So you can find out more at prideandprejudicesortof.com.au. Thank you.
We'll be there.
Obviously.
Obs.
So many new people from around the world this last few weeks. It's been really, really exciting. You know, I'm enjoying talking to people and, you know, I'll find a funny Jane Austen meme that I might put up as well. And it's been really good. But where's somewhere new around the world we can give a shout out to?
We're going to give a shout out today to our listeners in Riyadh.
Wow, Riyadh.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia.
Look at us go.
There we go. Who knew?
They've had the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Maybe we get to a Jane Austen festival there.
There we go. Yeah, we got 4 listeners in Riyadh.
Well, that's how it starts.
Absolutely.
That's how it all begins. All right. So thank you all so much for listening. And thank you for listening to our last mini drop, which of course was our Mr. Wickham episode. You were talking about how with Susanna Harker the week before, you were very emotional. But after speaking to Adrian Lucas, you actually felt giddy and light.
I was bouncing off the walls. I was. No, look,
He's a great storyteller.
Oh, he's a great storyteller. You do this every day. David is an interviewer for a living. Did you say that?
Yeah. It's a living.
You interview people every day.
Yeah.
And I know that you've had this where you hope somebody is going to be a certain way, and more often than not, they aren't, because they are playing a role, and our perception of somebody is invariably not who they are in real life. Especially
for you, especially when you've lived with a body of work or a moment in time,
a specific character,
20, 30 years, and that actor's moved on, they've done a whole bunch of different things, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, is it the anniversary of that? Okay, I'll go through my memory bank and try and figure out whether A, I want to be involved in this anniversary, and B, I can find stuff that's still relatable. But however, with Susanna and Adrian, they loved it, and we loved it.
Absolutely. And in the same way that Susanna Harker embodies so much of Jane, not saying that Adrian Lucas is a cad, not at all, but he has the charm and the humor that you would hope for.
Yeah.
And he was just a joy.
Yeah, he really was.
And I know that I really bigged it up in the mini drop about becoming Mr. Wickham. It is spectacular. It's really worth your time. It's such a beautiful addition to the Austen canon, created with such care and so clever. I think that just the aspects that he has brought in regarding aging and the famous people of the time, and discussing things like Byron, and it's just so excellent. So I really, really heartily recommend that. So yeah.
You're not alone. I haven't watched it yet either, so I will get on that and I'll watch that as well, and I can come back and report on that. But we are here, and this is our Pride and Prejudice 1995 BBC celebration for the 30th anniversary, and we are well in it now. We're on episode 3 today, and it kicks off and it just goes like the clappers until we get to obviously the big moments at the end between Darcy and Lizzie, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. But how are we feeling about this episode per se?
All of them are excellent. I feel great about them all. How do you feel about them?
Well, I'm surprised going through them episode by episode that there's actually no like slumps. So sometimes I think we're used to modern streamings where you might get to episode 4 or 5 and you feel like you're coasting to get towards the ending of whatever the story arc is that showrunner or, that streamer is trying to tell. But because these are so contained and so well written, I'm still a bit taken back by how great it is to watch them just episode by episode. They're really full and rich.
Yeah, I think that this is going back to what Andrew Davies said about the difficult second half of the novel is, what's the word? Epistolary, when something's written in letters. I don't want to say episiotomy. That's something very different.
What is that?
You don't want to know.
Is it something that RFK Jr. said in a poem recently?
Epistolary.
Just so everyone knows, most of the time I'm editing this episodes because I like to keep the funny stuff in, and but so a lot of this is going to stay.
We don't know about that. I'm the one who uploads them.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot. We start to see the beginning of that in this one with Lizzie writing to Jane.
Correct, but that's what makes it hard, and that's what makes it hard to. Andrew Davies talked about it being very difficult to bring to the screen when it's letterbound. And when things are just coming, Colin Firth is having to overdub thoughts of Lizzie reading and
well, I mean, we see it especially with Jane when Carolyn Bingley says we're leaving.
Yeah,
exactly. So that's one of our first real big acknowledgements of that. And then there's Lizzie sitting there with a stack of letters like she's going through her DMs, which is really cool too.
But yes, I think this is a lot of action in this one. But yes, and some moments that don't occur in the book. Things happen slightly differently to the
really?
novel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to touch on that straight away?
I mean, I'm not being nitpicky. They're just, different things in the book Charlotte Lucas is the one who tells Lizzie that she's marrying Mr. Collins.
Yes,
as
which they also do in the film as well.
Yes, rather than it be a thing from...
Well, it was Lydia.
Yeah, Lydia
Lydia comes in, yeah. Which they start the episode off. So you really get the feel of like these girls are starting to get quite chaotic. There's a nice bit of like, with the direction and the storytelling that was like, okay, these girls are being let off the lead a little bit here now. We're seeing more of them. They're screaming Denny. They're running around. There's a lot of Lydia and Kitty starting to cause a little bit of chaos, which is foreshadowing what's coming up, which is a great device, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this is an episode that has a lot of foreshadowing in it.
Yeah.
And some things that I hadn't picked up on. Again, it's the rewatch, but stuff that I hadn't recognized. And now I'm seeing a sort of level of dramatic irony. Oh, okay. Like Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett's got some things that he's going to throw out there, which are interesting takes on stuff. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, we will.
So first of all, we start with the fact that we're only 3 days after Mr. Collins has proposed to Elizabeth, and now he's engaged to Charlotte Lucas.
Yeah. He moved on. Well, he moved on really quickly, and Charlotte was just into that really quickly.
Well, this is the thing. The thing that I made you read earlier on, this is the lead up to that quote. Miss Lucas perceived him from an upper window. So this is Mr. Collins is walking down the lane. Miss Lucas perceived him from an upper window as he walked towards the house and instantly set out to meet him accidentally in the lane. So, I mean, the incredible use of accidentally. Set out to meet him accidentally in the lane.
Yeah.
So the idea that she is active in this, she knows that this is what's going to happen. She is recognizing that this is probably what's going to occur, but also what she wants. So it's not that she's just sitting there waiting for the proposal and wait it up and I'll take it on. She recognizes that this is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think that this is such a brilliant device that Austen has brought in, which is to have that foil for Lizzie in Charlotte. That we see Charlotte's pragmatic view of marriage.
Yeah.
And it just serves as a counterpoint to Lizzie's. Go back to Dr. Octavia Cox. And again, I'll link some of her YouTube videos on here. And also she's in that Jane Austen paper trail.
I've been listening to that too.
Yeah.
This is the Conversation podcast, which is also featured very highly on anywhere you get your podcast. But it's really, really good. I was listening to that this week.
Yes. Do you listen to the romance one?
I listen to gossip because obviously.
Well, romance is the one that's based on Pride and Prejudice.
Right.
And Dr. Octavia Cox is speaking on that. And there's some really interesting things that she discusses regarding the ideas of marriage and the 4 types of marriage that you have. We've got the practical approach, which is the Charlotte Lucas. You have obviously the meeting of beautiful minds in Darcy and Elizabeth.
The idealized one, yeah.
You have Jane and Bingley being the traditional romance, and Lydia and Wickham being the aspect of impulse.
Yes.
But what she talks about, which I think is really interesting, is that with both Charlotte and Lydia, in writing prior to Pride and Prejudice, the Lydia, the sort of the woman who's made a choice of bad character, would have been punished. And it's interesting that she just gets to marry that through. But also with Charlotte Lucas, what's so interesting is to see how she approaches things and how it's not a bad option.
And she's not judging her in this. Austen doesn't judge Charlotte for her decisions. She just lays it bare as like as you were saying, it's like the opposite of Lizzie's ideals.
Yeah.
To have these two things. And I think that's what's so great about the actor who's playing Charlotte Lucas in this, is that she also plays it very much in a practical, almost unemotional way. I mean, I adore the fact that when we finally get to go to the cottage at Rosings where they live, and she's like, he goes out in the garden every day, or I tell him to go for a walk, and this is my room where I sit. And Lizzie has to say, but he sits in the other room. She's like, yes, There are days where I don't ever see him. And that is A, hilarious, B, incredible writing from Jane.
Yeah.
And C, probably very relatable for a lot of long-term marriages.
Well, there's that bit where Lizzie says to Jane, it's impossible that Charlotte could be tolerably happy in the lot that she had chosen.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Lizzie's first impression of that suiting.
Yeah, true.
And then she goes and visits, and she is tolerably happy. She really is.
Yeah. She's not sitting there going like, oh, he's driving me nuts, so I have to send him together. She's like, no, this is what we do. This is our method and this is what we do. And even to the point later on in the episode when they have to go see Lady Catherine de Bourgh, she almost winds him up on purpose.
Yeah.
We're running late, and leaves the room. So he is in a dither.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious how she does that. I'm like, they are 3 to 6 months in, already an old married couple.
Yeah, absolutely. And she recognizes that what she wants is comfort.
Mm-hmm.
What she's not looking for love. She's looking for a practical solution. She has not got the money that a lot of people have, or she has not got the fortunes for her future. So what she's done is made a very canny choice.
Right. And Charlotte's logic is, I'm not a romantic, I never was. I only ask a comfortable home.
And that's what she's received.
And that's what she's received. So we, in a way, are judging a little bit because of the portrayal of Mr. Collins, not only in the book, but by David Bamber, of like, how could she put up with this? But she's resigned to a lot in life. In a way, there's a great emotional intelligence to Charlotte. And, props to her.
Yeah. And also, if we look at where we are in Lizzie's world at the point of Charlotte and Mr. Collins getting engaged, Lizzie's currently still on the Wickham train.
Yeah.
So if that continued and she married Wickham or put all of her eggs in a Wickham basket.
As opposed to a wicker basket.
Indeed.
Go on.
What would that have been?
Yeah.
So Charlotte has made a smart choice.
Absolutely. Give flowers to Charlotte Lucas. I think she's made a great choice for Charlotte Lucas in this story. And I think that Jane writes it that way. And I remember when I first watched it going like, oh, well, that's the wrong choice, or we should be more emotional about that or more judging about that. But I don't think Jane judges her. Neither does this series. It doesn't judge the decision at all. It just says, this is what it is.
And Lizzie continues to be the heroine of our story. And of course, everything ends up beautifully for her. But Charlotte Lucas is an unjudgmental portrayal of what was a practical choice at the time.
Yeah, it's tough for women at the time. And they had to marry sometimes for money or just for security. And that's what she does here too.
And Jane, by the way, and I'm talking about Jane Bennett, not Austen.
Yeah. Jane
there, no pride, no judgment. Jane's the only one with no pride or prejudice.
You mentioned Wickham before, and I thought it was really great in the episode is where Wickham and Danny come over and a couple of soldiers come over.
Oh,
but
the tea.
We just see them
at Longbourn.
At Longbourn. Yeah. We just see the next day, and we see Mr. Bennett's take on Wickham.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, that guy, not cool. What are we all seeing in this guy? He sees straight through him.
And yet does nothing about it.
I want to come to that a little bit later on.
Come to it now.
Come to it now? Okay. There's been a lot of online discussion. We spoke about it in one of the first episodes of this retelling of Pride and Prejudice that we've been going through, the rewatch. We've been talking about it with this rewatch of Pride and Prejudice. Mr. Bennett has sort of taken on a different narrative arc in society and how we view his character. Because I think a lot of us are thinking, lovely Donald Sutherland, with his hand to his mouth and crying and being so happy, or, the fact that he's pitted against Mrs. Bennett, who seems so out of control and so emotional, even though we've discussed that portrayal as well. And there was a person I found on TikTok called @QuietArchitectures, and they talk about Mr. Bennett, the father that everyone forgives too quickly. Right? A man who has retreated so far into cynicism that it leaves his daughters navigating the world basically untethered, all of them. His charm hides the fact that he is just not there. He uses humor as an avoidance. He retreats a lot, and his silence creates this vacuum within the family that Mrs. Bennett has to try and help fill. And he's not cruel or malicious, but his absence affects those around him, and Austen doesn't punish nor reward him. That is @QuietArchitectures. They've done a really interesting take on TikTok. There's more to it than just this. I'm paraphrasing a lot of it.
I'll link it downstairs.
We'll link it down there. But I think whoever this person is really hitting something that I was feeling this episode too, that sort of has been bubbling under the surface in all of these adaptations that we haven't really seen because maybe we're like Lizzie and just wanted to see Mr. Bennett with rose-coloured glasses.
Yes. And I think because Lizzie is our heroine and we see the favoritism of Lizzie, therefore we have kinship with him.
Mm-hmm.
I too have been thinking about this.
Right.
I felt in that scene, there's a level of cruelty underneath his witticisms.
Yeah.
So Jane has now found out that Bingley has left Netherfield. He's not coming back. That's it. So we've got Lizzie, who is not marrying Mr. Collins, which he backed. But now we have Jane and all of her prospects are gone. And all he can do is mock her.
Yeah.
He mocks her. He mocks Lizzie. He says, Mr. Wickham's going to be great for you because he's going to disappoint you too. And he's just happy with the fact that he's getting some jibes in. And, well, let's hope that you die before I do.
Exactly. And that's where he says that to Mrs. Bennett.
Yeah.
And that's where you see it in this whole episode. Mum and Dad are fighting. They're fighting this whole episode. Something has happened behind the scenes and they are not on the same page, pardon the pun.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't think it's behind the scenes. It's there.
Yeah, it's open as well, but
Yeah,
they
I'm
are
partial to a red coat. I bet you are.
Yeah, they are, but see what I mean? Like they're bringing whatever's happening behind closed doors into the parlor.
Yeah.
And we are getting privy to like some of the bubs, but I bet you behind the scenes, it is blowing up at Longbourn.
Oh, it is, but also I feel, and this is my sympathetic take on Mrs. Bennett again, that she's the one who recognizes the level of the difficulty here. Now that Mr. Bingley's off the table, what does that mean for Jane?
Mm-hmm.
This is really tricky. The hope was Mr. Bingley and all his rich mates, we're done.
Yeah.
And now we've got everybody back on the market again, and it's not happening.
I know.
And I just felt the foreshadowing from Mr. Bennett when he's saying, oh, God, Mr. Wickham doesn't feel like a good egg. Hang on a second. You're going to say that Lydia can go to Brighton in 2 episodes' time. Steady on.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that.
Let's not go too far ahead. We're only doing episode by episode. We're not doing the whole thing.
We're not going into Brighton. Have you had? Yeah. When are you going into Kent?
Yeah. What is that?
Never heard that before. I don't know what that was. I'm sure it's the thing, but yeah.
It was the done thing at the time. We need to get through this episode. We need to keep going. Obviously, there's the plot to go to London. And so we send Jane to London.
Yeah, with the Gardeners. Love the Gardeners.
Yeah, there'll be more on them a little bit later on. Just wanted to touch on the fact that we have some more Mary piano playing.
We do.
At Christmas time with Dawn from The Office.
Dawn from The Office, a worse Christmas party than the other one that we used to. Dawn from The Office.
Play Only You and then Tim will come back.
Yeah, that would have been better.
She's lovely in this.
She is. She's very sweet.
It's really lovely to see her in this as well.
Yeah.
Dawn from The Office. Who knew?
So William Lucas is a bit of an old perv?
Yes.
Did you notice that?
A little bit.
Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, capital daughters you got there.
I know.
Yes.
Not great.
Steady on, Sir William.
Not great. It was the time.
But again, Adrian Lucas never playing the subtext.
No.
In this whole episode, it's so good because he's never ever judging the character. Even though we're looking at this when he says to Mrs. Gardner's like, Pemberley, yeah. Do you know her? I grew up just around the corner from Pemberley. Do you know the family? And he's not doing a wide-eyed, oh, yikes.
Yeah, look out. Yeah.
Do you know the family?
Yeah.
He's really just very, very well versed in how to manipulate a situation.
Yeah, he does.
It's so good. But yet you can see, if once you're in the know, you can see that he waits a second. You don't know them. I was a favourite of old Mr. Darcy's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great episode for him.
And then we get to Mary King, the little freckled thing.
Well, I sort of wrote down, I was like, oh, okay, so the redhead is dancing, and then we find out it's Mary King, but Charlotte in that scene, clocking her the whole time, barely, she might sometimes glance Lizzie's way and go straight back to watching Mary King. Charlotte's a good mate.
She is.
She picks and sticks.
She really is. Good old Charlotte Lucas.
So Wickham buggers off with her. £10,000. He finds out, gets a whiff of the money, gone.
Talk to me about Lizzie's reaction to that.
She copes with it, which makes us feel like she's actually not as emotionally invested in Wickham as we may have been presented in the past. But I feel like maybe she's a bit more guarded when he comes back and was like, okay, I'm really sorry about that. She goes, yeah, we should just be friends. You know, she's kind of laughs and shrugs it off.
Yeah, she deals with it really, really well.
Yeah. And that's when we know as an audience that he's not the one.
Yeah.
If she's really going for her heart, it was never Wickham.
Yes, or is she just very good at covering that up?
Maybe, but I'd like to think it's the other one. By the way, then we have, of course, Mary Bennett back on the keys where she belongs. And we get Mary play Grimstock. That slaps. And they all get up and they all know the Grimstock dance. It's like the Nutbush of the Regency period. And they all know that they're left going out and they're like, church house, gin house. And they're all just dancing and Wickham's never been happier.
Can you please explain to our non-Australian listeners the Nutbush? Because I was not aware of the Nutbush and yet you all know the Nutbush. You even did it at school.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't need to explain anything to our Aussies, but if you're not Aussie, welcome. Obviously, Tina Turner recorded Nutbush City Limit with her husband, Ike. It was a big hit, but in Australia, it was a really, really big hit. And growing up here in the 70s and 80s, a lot of lessons when we would do physical education or PE would be like, okay, you can do some sports and some schools may not have all the facilities for the sports back in the day or the money for the facilities. And so often you would end up learning things like the Nutbush dance, which is really just like step, 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 and you turn and you clap and it's like a really basic line dance, like so basic that literally anyone can do it. And it is iconic. And growing up in Australia, everyone knows how to do the Nutbush. Nobody else in the world knows how to do it. I'm actually not even sure that Tina Turner knew about the Nutbush dance until she got here. And she's doing Nutbush City Limits. And allegedly, she's just watching the crowd wondering what is going on.
Well, number one, we're going to find that and put that online.
Yeah.
And number two, in our mini drop, you are going to show everybody how to do the Nutbush. You are going to demonstrate the Nutbush.
I might have to do it online. Yeah. We'll work it out. Yeah.
That won't work on a podcast.
Because, we've broken Guinness Book of World Records of doing the Nutbush here in Australia several times at several outback
No one else
functions.
is competing. It's not like you've won. Oh, Australia's got the Nutbush trophy.
It should be the Guinness Book of Australian Records.
It's wild that Australia competes so well on a world stage in other athleticism when the Nutbush took up a lot of your PO.
Yeah, the Nutbush is iconic. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it as iconic as the Grinspoon? Grimstock.
Grinspoon is an Australian rock band featuring Phil Jamieson. Really great band. No, Grimstock. I think the Nutbush is better than Grimstock as a dance. They're just walking back and forth holding hands.
You are going to be doing the Nutbush when we go to this Regency Tea Party.
Grimstock City Limits, guys. And we're dropping that single this week.
So, yes, we've done the Mrs. Phillips Christmas party and off we go to Rosings. So we're here. We are now going to meet Lady Catherine de Bourgh.
And Anne. Bless.
And Anne.
Oh, she looks really... I had no idea how sickly Anne was going to look in this episode.
Oh, my goodness. And
she's got COVID.
And
they should be swabbing that child. Everyone should be in masks at Rosings.
Lizzie's delight at how sickly little Anne is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a joy.
Yeah, Darcy ain't going for that.
Yeah. And then the music's telling us Lady Catherine's going to be here, and there she is.
Oh, it's a pretty great performance.
It is. It's like full Lady Bracknell.
How about there's a full camera push in, which I'd never noticed before, when she talks about are your sisters out, which means that they're
all
out.
5 at once.
And the camera goes whoosh on Lady Catherine.
Yeah.
And we don't see that any other time, I don't think.
It's Brody and Jaws.
It is Brody. It's very Spielberg. Yeah.
5 at once?
I know. And she just holds us there. She doesn't blink. She holds us there looking at Lizzie. I love Lizzie in this scene as well.
Yeah. This is something that I think is so interesting. It's the power of witticism. Oh, what a joy. What a joy to see her. You know, the fact that she can use her humor to show a level of defiance against the authority. I mean, defiance is perhaps a little hard, but you know, she just stands up for herself. The fact that she is constantly endeavoring almost to banter with Lady Catherine.
She is.
And continues to do so when Lady Catherine is not interested in that at all. I love it.
I love it too, especially considering that all we've had is Mr. Collins hype up for Lizzie and for us. Lady Catherine de Bourgh, Lady Catherine de Bourgh. Oh, Lady Catherine de Bourgh. I mean, we finally get the iconic shelves moment coming up too, where he takes it to her room. Lady Catherine de Bourgh said, these are the way the shelves should be. And it's just like this tiny cupboard with shelves.
Shelves in a closet.
Once again, Charlotte going, that's exactly right. Charlotte is more and more, I did not realize how much I would love Charlotte this episode. She is a queen of this episode.
Yeah.
She is really magnificent. Just her nodding and going, it's exactly what Lady Catherine said. It must have shelves. Should we move on? Just beautiful work by her.
And then we get the arrival of Mr. Darcy and Colonel Fitzwilliam.
Lovely Fitzwilliam.
Colonel Fitzwilliam, as you may remember, brother-in-law to Susanna Harker.
That's right.
Originally cast as...
Mr. Wickham?
Yeah, Adrian Lucas
That's right.
was initially cast as Colonel Fitzwilliam.
And they swapped the rock better.
Yeah.
Better
Absolutely.
swapping.
Great. Yeah, he's fabulous. But
So he's dropping the tea. He knows that Darcy's crushing hard on Lizzie, but Lizzie ain't picking it up. She's not picking up any of the hints.
oh, she knows. Why is he looking at me? Why is Mr. Darcy staring at me? She knows.
Oh, is that a female-male thing and I just didn't pick up on that?
Oh, well, I'm not going to say it's women are from Venus, but yeah, I think that I think she's aware. But yes, and then of course, there's the brilliant sparring. Again, Lizzie showing all of her witticisms at the piano. Oh, I love that scene.
Yeah. Great scene at the piano.
Oh, so good. Iconic. And just their delivery, both of them, just at their full powers. So great.
Let's talk about the emotional lightsaber battles of when we finally get Lizzie and Darcy in the room together, because he just turns up.
The proposal.
Yeah, and he's really awkward in the first part. Like he's like just walking around the room.
When she says, have a seat, and he has a seat and he puts his top hat down and then he gets up and then he walks around a bit. It's comical. It's sweet.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is so angry at him in this scene.
Yes.
And he is so indignant. And it is just this incredibly written scene between the two of them. I mean, one of the first times we see them, the director separates them into two chairs and he has them in the two chairs sitting on opposite side of the screen. And then they kind of reverse it when he comes back in again. But it's really amazing direction on all of them. Like he's looking in the mirror, but also she can see him, so he can't hide his face, can't escape his emotions with her. It's like he's trapped in this, as Ron Burgundy would say, a glass case of emotions.
Yeah, but it's so well done. I mean, it's incredibly performed. But I remember us talking about this in the when we were discussing the 2005 film, because this is the scene where they're in 2005, they're out in the rain and they almost go to kiss. And I have issue with that scene, because I feel as though Lizzie would be this angry. That the fact that Darcy has inserted himself into Bingley and Jane's relationship because he thinks this is the right thing, but yet still he can turn around to her and say, well, despite your terrible connections and my better judgment and the judgment of my friends and family, I love you. So
what are you going to do with that? It's such a bad proposal. It is really the worst of the worst proposals by this guy. I mean, by the end of this episode, I was like, I don't think he can get her back. And even though I know the ending, I just don't think he can do it. I think he's really stuffed it. And I think she doesn't care. She's like absolutely livid and hurt and defensive of herself. And everything that she thought about him has come to fruition.
Yeah.
And we've also found out before that, Caroline Bingley is in London cock-blocking Jane from her brother.
Yeah.
So it's coming at her from all sides.
And not only is the proposal so bad, but when she goes into the list of things that he has done to Wickham, watching Colin Firth process all of this information, he's the one who was hard done by.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so much.
And once again, Firth doing so much, but so little with his face, but we're reading so much from him in that moment in time is incredible acting. I got to get back on the Firth train and watch some more of his other projects because I forget how incredible he is as an actor.
Oh, he's so good. He's so, so good. I mean, I have no idea what he was thinking in doing a proposal that way. I mean, I guess he talks about the fact that he will only ever be honest. And, it's those people, I'll tell it like it is.
I hate those people. Yeah. I'm just honest, me. Take it or leave it. That's what I think. But your hair sucks.
No, it's for me. It's so we work sometimes in theatre, and there are some people who will always say, I will just tell people what I think. I'll stand there in the foyer and tell them that I think this show is terrible. Please don't.
No, don't. We don't want to hear it.
No one wants to hear it. Please go away.
Yeah.
Please, or even better, lie to me. Lie to me. Tell me you thought it was great. Then drink the free drinks. Please, go ahead. I don't want your honest opinion.
And that's what Mr. Darcy should have thought about walking into that room thinking about, how am I going to talk to Lizzie about her family? You know what? I might just cushion it and lie a little bit.
Everyone thinks this is a bad idea. I think this is a bad idea. Yeah, I still love you. So.
Would you marry me? What a catch.
Oh my goodness.
Roll credits as we look at Lizzie's face because she doesn't know what's going to happen next. And neither do we.
No.
Well, we do. We've read the book. We've seen it before. It's a rewatch along. But that is it from us. Don't forget, we've got another mini drop episode coming up in a couple of days' time. But thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.
If you love Charlotte Lucas, come and join us soon. Bye.